KGRT, Gino Aragon here with you this morning. And, it's been a while,
It's
but I
been a
am
while.
glad to see that our friend Kelly Jameson is back. Kelly, I'm sure that you had a great little break.
It was a lovely break, but I missed you so much. It's great to be back on track this week.
Well, we missed you. You were a little bit busy. It seems like forever since the last time we had you in. But like I said, I understand. Superintendent goes missing. Different things are happening. Somebody takes a vacation into Europe. I understand how things go. So,
Yeah, just a few things on the agenda, but that's okay. We're getting back into the swing of things. School's back in session this week
absolutely.
following that 2-week break, which some of our students enjoyed abroad. We had a school group from Las Cruces High School and Centennial travel to London, Paris, and Rome, and I had the wonderful opportunity to go with them, and it was spectacular.
I'm sure that it was. Kelly did not bring back any croissants for me, so that's okay. Uh, we'll work on
Customs
some. We'll work
customs
on some.
frowns upon
Yeah,
that.
we'll work on some sopapillas later. I think those are better anyway. Yeah.
I would agree with you. They are 1,000 times better. Yeah.
Well, Kelly, since it's been a while, what do we need to catch up on with the Las Cruces Public Schools?
We got back into the swing of things in Las Cruces Public Schools with a board meeting this Tuesday. The board discussed plans for replacing outgoing superintendent Ralph Ramos, and they named an interim superintendent, which is Shirley O'Brien.
Mhm.
She is our current chief of staff. Shirley has extensive experience in the district, formerly with HR. Prior to that, she was an assistant principal and an elementary teacher. So we're excited. She is highly capable of helping to lead the district through the transition and help with the superintendent search. Coming up on April the 11th, the board will discuss in detail what that search will look like. What we know now is the board would really like to lean back on that committee process for the superintendent search.
Mhm.
They will be selecting committee members. It will be the committee that decides the criteria for the next superintendent. Miss O'Brien's contract, her prorated contract, runs through mid-August or until a superintendent is selected. So more on that coming up at the work session on April the 11th. If you'd like to look at that agenda in detail, it will be posted 72 hours before the meeting. You can find that at lcps.net. Also discussed at the meeting an upcoming deadline for the New Mexico School Board Association scholarships. So if you're a qualifying senior, you can go on our website. In the center of the news section, there are details about how to apply. And this is graduation season. So if you are a senior or a parent of a senior and you want to cut down on what those costs are going to be going into your first semester of college, scholarships are the way to go. And NMSBA is one of those options.
Yeah, it's one of those options, and I would encourage every senior to take a look, go online, do some research for all the different scholarships and grants and everything that is available, because it seems like there's not a lot going out there, but there's so much, and sometimes they're very specific or certain things that you have to do. Sometimes they're not, but do the research and everything else, because like you said, you may not get all of your tuition paid, but you can definitely cut into that
Oh,
tuition right there,
absolutely.
and at least if anything get your books paid for because those suckers are expensive in itself. So I would encourage every senior to definitely take advantage of the NMSBA and, of course, take a look around, see what else they've got out there.
Such great advice. Every penny counts. And
Hmm.
you'll get sticker shock that first semester of college because it is expensive. And it unfortunately, costs increase every year, every
Yeah,
semester.
every semester it kind of goes
Maybe
up a
not
little.
every semester with every
Well,
school, but costs are increasing, and I can't remember the last time, colleges said, "Yeah, we're gonna lower the cost of tuition."
I don't think that has ever been
I
said
don't think
in the
so.
history of colleges, but I do know that, yeah, you talk about sticker shock. When I looked at, some classes recently, like a couple of years ago, and then I think, I should have done this when I was right out of high school because if you want to see people just draws drop, just talk about some of the tuition costs that, say, NMSU had in 1990.
I know.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
my first semester of college.
and I can guarantee you probably are making more per month than that entire semester cost right now.
Absolutely. My
Yeah.
first semester was, $700
Yep.
for a
Full time.
full time yeah, for a
Full
full load.
time. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
12 plus semester credits,
It
$700.
was crazy back then, but that's okay. Like I said, take advantage of them absolutely. And anything else that we might have missed?
Lastly, there is a high wind warning today. You've probably heard about this
Yeah.
all over the news. We had rescheduled some athletic events that were scheduled today. They were yesterday. So if you're listening to this and you had games scheduled today and you didn't know about it, well, spoiler alert, they're over.
Oh, don't worry about it then. In
Don't
that
worry
case,
about it. You get the afternoon off. But we do, again, the district watches those high wind warnings at the pass. If we do expect excessive winds that will impact White Sands Missile Range, there might be some decisions later in the morning that we could make that could impact your day. Of course, we'll be letting you know, Gino, and we'll be keeping everybody apprised on our website and our social media pages.
yeah, I was just double checking on that. The high wind warning will be in effect basically for this afternoon, starting at 1 o'clock, going all the way through 9 o'clock tonight. So those winds will be hanging around.
Brutal.
And gusts in some areas, and I'm thinking over by the pass, they could get up to about 60 miles an hour. So it is going to be a very windy day, and really glad. I'm sure a lot of people are glad that you rescheduled the sporting events. Well, Kelly, it was great to have you in here. I'm glad that you're back. I'm glad that you had a good time with those students overseas and everything, but it is good to see you again. And of course, we will see you next week.
See you next week.
See you next week.
Thank
Thanks a lot
you.
for coming in, Kelly.